Oh yeah, I read that in the text you sent. It's just I don't respond because I don't like you.
It's true. No slander here, kind of.
Slander.
Always slander.
I hate people. Welcome to the Poopcast. All right.
Welcome back. I'm here with a new guest. We haven't seen him before. This is Jonah!
Hi, I'm Jonah.
Share something fun about you. Something that you want all of the 12 people who will be watching this to know.
I play guitar because basic like that, and I like to draw.
Oh, I'm pretty basic. I play guitar. This man is incredible at guitar. Today, we're going to talk about romance and love and crushes. He's going to be yapping about his girlfriend the entire time. I'm going to be yapping about how lonely I am the entire time. It's a great little duo.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fun. To start this out, we're going to talk about just like a very simple starter question. What is love?
Shoot.
That's the most terrifying question known to man. But like, I want to know like your definition of love. Like if someone was like, what is love? What are you responding with? That isn't baby don't hurt me.
I don't know, it's just a connection that's deeper than words can describe. Like you can have love between family, love between friends, and you meet someone and you have a connection so deep that it goes beyond words. It goes beyond like normal feelings. It's like, oh, this person is goated, right?
This person is
goated. And yeah, they're just like different types of love, so it depends on which one specific you're talking about.
Let's say love in like a romantic sense.
What do I? Okay.
One name, Gosha.
She's wonderful. I love her. Whenever their name is brought up, it brings a smile to your face. Whenever you see something that reminds you of them, it feels like they're there with you.
Aww.
Someone that you've connected with so much, and you just can't really imagine what it's like without them.
How about I start crying?
Dude, I might.
No! But like, I don't know, when I think of like love, I want to say like molded. Like I feel like it can be molded to whatever you want in the way that like love is different for everyone.
Yeah, there's this phrase called Kono Yokan, Deftones referenced, which means it's a Japanese phrase. It doesn't mean love at first sight. It kind of means love at second sight, where you weren't in love when you first met this person, but over time you've gotten so close and you just can't imagine your life without that person anymore, that it has become inseparable love.
Yeah, I actually really like that. That's cool.
Deftones.
I feel like love is something that can be different for everyone. I don't feel like it's always... I don't know if I really believe in love at first sight.
Heck no.
Yeah, because it's different for everyone, but I also don't believe in love at first sight. And I've like told, especially girls that, and they're like, what? You freak? Like, you're gonna be alone forever and you're so sad.
Love at first sight isn't real.
And it's not real because that's attraction, it's not love.
Yeah, and
you can be attracted to someone at first sight, but like real love is like after like spending lots of time with them and like
and you don't even know this person.
I also, when I was doing research for this, I literally Googled what is love, and the thing that came up is just a complex mix of emotions. It's not one emotion, it's multiple emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, it's not just like, oh, I'm feeling love. It's like, I am in love with you, meaning I think you're the most amazing person ever. I think you're so cool. I think I want to kiss you. I, like, like that. So, I don't know. I agree with that. We're in the way where it's, like, multiple different emotions, and it shouldn't be just one emotion.
Well, not that it shouldn't be. It just can't be one emotion. It's impossible. Inconceivable.
But now that we've gotten what is love out of the way, talked about that a little bit.
Dipped our piggies in the water.
Yeah. No, but one of the questions I have is, how do you tell if it's a crush? How do you tell if it's actually something that, or maybe you're realizing that maybe you are having feelings for someone? How do you realize it's love or just the early stages of love and not just a friendship? Because at least for me, I've had multiple situations where I realize I'm so deeply connected with someone, and then I fall into this big long spiral of being like, I am so deeply in love, I have this big crush. And then later I realize, no, this was literally just a friend thing. In your obviously very professional opinion, how do you tell what's friendship and what could be the early signs of love?
Me and your friends-ish, right?
Me and you, we're chill like that.
I guess, we're acquaintances. No, but the reason I can differentiate the two feelings is because one person for example, when I first met Gosha, and I was head over heels. She rejected me later, but it's okay.
It was bad.
You were feeding my delusions. You can't say it's bad. Head over heels. The reason you can tell if it's love is if there's no one else occupying your mind at the time. And I mean, I know that can be unhealthy to a certain point, but it's just, whenever you see that, it's not, you get so happy you could cry. If you haven't seen them for a long time, and when the first time you see them for a while, you just get this overwhelming sense of joy that you just cry, like, or can make you cry. Like, I went months without seeing you. I'm fine. Gave a hug, called it a day. Gave her mom a longer hug, called it a good day. Last year, I was sick with COVID, and I was gone for a little while. But when I came back, I was on the brink of tears with how happy I was to see Gosha. And this was post-rejection, first time, pre-realizing she had feelings for me. Dude, the lore for me and her is kind of nutty, but...
The lore?
The lore. That's, I don't know, that's how I describe it. It's just the feelings are so much more powerful when you really realize it.
And I feel like I have some friends where I feel very connected with them, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to differentiate, like, is this romantic feelings? Is this just platonic feelings?
Yeah.
But one thing that I try to think about is, like, letting me have some time, like literally just telling myself, like, it's been 3 days, we need to calm down. I'm not great at this because I am so good at, like, making something be so much more than it actually is and overthinking things really easily. But I honestly think that there's, like, a connection that feels different, because, like, I'll be with friends and there's that kind of connection where I'm like, oh, I can, like, tell you anything and I can just, like, hang out with you forever on end.
And I know you'll always be there for me.
But it's something like, I'll have a feeling with a certain person where I'm like, I feel these same things with you, but it almost feels like even more. Like, there's even more layers.
Yeah.
Where, like, you're always going to be there for me, and I also always want to be there for you. And I also feel so deeply that I want you in my life for a long period of time. In possibly more than ways it's just a friend. And also, I think, looking at the more romantic aspects of it, do you want them taking you out on dates? Do you want them getting you flowers? Is that appealing? Like, I feel like looking at that is also helpful. Not only do you have to think, like, am I, like, so deeply rooted with this person, but you also have to think about, like, the sexual aspects of it. You do. Sexual aspects of things, as, like, and I'm not even saying, like, do you want to have sex with this person? However, if you could be thinking of things like, do I want to hold their hand? Do I want to do romantic things with them? Do I want to get a kiss on the cheek? Like, those type of things. Like, those are great starting points. But I feel like if you're just distinguishing if something's just a friendship or just a crush, I feel like looking at the romantic aspects of it, being like, would I like this? Would I like that? Like, I think that's really important.
Would I like, and not, so, I love physical touch. It's my love language. So, like, and I'm like down to hug people, so I can't really think about it like that. I have to think about, would I be okay with this person, like, holding me at my worst?
I actually really like that. Yeah, and, like, I like what you're saying, because, like, physical touch is a love language, but it doesn't always have to be, like, a romantic love language.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I am pretty sure my love language, I feel like I have multiple. But up there, my two that I know are, like, my very top two are quality time and physical touch.
Type.
And so, physical touch, I hug everyone I see. When I get close enough with someone, I'm hugging them. Like, in the hallways, if I'm walking to a class, I hug 3 people on the way there. Yeah. Like, I am the cootie spreader. I would also hug possible crushes I have. So, like, that's where it's also hard to, like, differentiate it. But also, I feel like it goes a lot more than just hugging, where I'm thinking those things, you know?
Yeah, like, hugging you versus the first time I hugged Gosha is just like, cool, friend hug. Versus hugging Gosha, I'm like, oh my god, this is the most incredible feeling in my entire life, because this person I can finally have wrap their arms around me.
And, like, with me and you, it's not even just like, oh, quick hug, whatever. Like, we still have, like, good hugs. Yeah. Like, whenever I get a hug from you, I'm like, that was a very, very nice hug.
I love giving hugs.
He's really good at giving hugs. I don't know, so I feel like it's hard there, but, like, even with quality time, like, I'll spend long time with friends, and I'm just like, okay, good, whatever. But I feel like when I'm spending time with someone that I potentially have a crush on,
I always wish there was more time.
Yeah, and it's like,
there was more seconds a minute. There was more minutes an hour.
And we could literally just be talking about everything and anything, and it all flows so easily. And, like, I have friends where conversations flow easily, but, like, for some reason I feel like when I've had crushes or relationships or things like that, it just feels like I want to use the word intimate. Like, it just feels more intimate.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing I wrote with like how do you know if it's like a friendship or a crush? If you really don't know, I don't feel like there's any harm in trying. Ask them out. Go on a casual date and just see.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like you're like, yeah? I feel like if you really can't tell, where it's like, no, like I do feel like there's some sort of like intimacy here, and like I do feel like all of these things. Honestly, there's no harm in just being like, hey, maybe we could try going out sometime.
Yeah.
Let's go and get Chick-fil-A and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Let's go in a group with people. Let's go to a dance together. Like,
yeah, for sure. School dances are probably like the best way for that.
no, seriously.
Yeah. However, planning them is so stressful. So happy I didn't go to prom this year. I mean, so sad because I miss Scotia very much, and because like we had prom together last year. We were at the actual dance for only 30 minutes. It was awesome.
That's usually how it goes. Literally, my prom group is talking about how we're gonna do Topgolf, sushi for dinner. We're gonna go to the dance, probably not stay the entire time, and then we're literally going to this guy's house and watching Teen Wolf.
Solid.
That's literally the plan.
Can I pull for Topgolf?
But there's no harm in trying. That's my main thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think school dances are great for that.
For sure.
Also, like, talking stages suck.
They're the worst. Avoid them if you can at all costs.
Talking stages suck, but also there has to be a talking stage to get to a relationship.
I was in a situationship for 3 months, and I got rejected like 4 times in those 3 months, and then we started going out, and we've been dating for a year. Moral of the story, just keep throwing yourself at that wall. You'll make it through.
A hole will form eventually.
Yeah, darn right. How do you think people escape through prison with spoons? They just kept trying.
That was inspirational. Get
Yeah,
that
man.
on a t-shirt.
How do you think
right
Harriet Tubman?
now. No, but like situationships, honestly, I think they suck. They're so hard because
They're terrible because you want to do everything with them, especially when you're so head over heels. And
but like
you
it's
just
so
can't.
it's so difficult because like you don't know, like, are we dating, are we not dating? It really feels like we're dating. Like it really
And
does.
like if you put a label on it, it wouldn't change anything at all.
Exactly.
Because we're already basically going on dates.
And like you're hanging out nonstop, and like love language is getting involved. Like the thing is with situationships, I think if you're in a situationship and you realize you're in a situationship, make something of it. Go on even more dates. I'm gonna bash on our generation, but I feel like we're not super great at just like going out anymore.
No, because we have our phones. I love scrolling Instagram Reels. I scroll an hour in the morning and an hour at night.
The last little segment we're gonna talk about is how to put yourself out there. If you have a crush and you realized, oh wait, no, I do want to go on a date with this person. I do want to put myself out there. Oh, this could be love. How do you put yourself out there? And
On your story, post nothing but sad Radiohead songs saying, ugh, no one likes me, fit check with your baggy pants, right?
Honestly, I think for putting yourself out there, one thing I wrote down, I learned this from Kelsey in therapy.
Goated.
We have the same therapist.
Yeah.
One thing in therapy that we talked about,
Yeah.
specifically with anxiety, but I think this could work with putting yourself out there if you're anxious about putting yourself out there and talking to someone.
Yeah.
One thing with therapy that I learned when we were trying to get over my anxiety issues was picture the absolute worst possible outcome and also picture the absolute best possible outcome. Let's say there's a girl in a class. You're in your US history class.
Yeah.
There is a girl there, and maybe you guys have talked once or twice and you think they're pretty cool and you want to go out with them. This is where you put in the worst case and best case. First of all, you're going to think of the worst case, get the worst out of the way. You could be realistic with it, or if you are really freaking out, you could even be unrealistic with it. You could say, okay, worst case scenario, I ask her, she stands up, yells at me in front of the entire class. You know I would never go out with you.
More realistically, it's the worst cases usually. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. That's usually the worst to get.
One thing we talked about in therapy, though, is like literally be dramatic with it.
Yeah.
Because then you get like a really wide range of anything. So like,
Yeah.
you go, you ask, hey, will you go out with me? No, I would never go out with you.
Why
What
do
the
you
heck?
look like that?
And then you think of the best case scenario. And it's, you go and you ask her, she is swooning everywhere. It's, oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this forever. We should just get married right now. You pull out the ring, you guys are married, you whatever.
Yeah.
Then you find the realistic middle and you say, okay, 2 things could happen. I go in, you've been talking to this person, they're not going to treat you horribly. You go in, hey, will you go out with me? You could either get a, hey, no, sorry, I don't think of you like that, or a, oh yeah, sure, that would be so much fun. What it does is like, it's helping you see like all these options and helping you like while you're in this anxiety state of being like, what's gonna happen? I don't know what's going on. And you're like kind of in like that like heightened emotion. It's like, okay, well, let's actually heighten that emotion. What's the worst and best that could happen? Like, what's actually the worst and best that could happen?
Yeah.
And then as you're getting that out, then you can go back to like ground zero and just kind of be like, okay, do you have any other things about like if you like someone, or maybe you even just like see someone out in the random and you just want to like ask them for their number or whatever. What do you do? What helps put yourself out there?
I'm the wrong person to ask for that, man. I have like, if I actually want to get to know someone, I have terrible social anxiety. Make conversation. People enjoy talking to each other. No, but we're all terrified to do it.
And like another thing, if you're worried about finding something to talk about, one thing I talked about in my gossip episode is there's really psychology about how much closer you can become to someone if you have a common interest. Yeah. Find something you guys both have in common. Whether it's, I like your shirt, I also like the color blue. Like, and that will eventually maybe turn into something. Like, for a lot of people, it's music. That's why, like, the topic of this is it love or do I just love their playlist?
I love music!
Because, honestly, music, I feel like, brings people together a lot. I feel like that's a big thing. If I share a playlist with you, I am deeply in love with you.
Yeah, that's a big thing that brought me and Gosha closer.
And so, like, if you want to put yourself out there, literally just try.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that could happen? What's the best thing that could happen? But honestly, one thing I have in here is just like, be yourself. Like, if you aren't yourself and you're pretending to be someone else, whether it's through the clothes you wear, through the way you talk, through the music you listen to, if you're trying to impress someone, that person that you're trying to impress will start to fall and think you are the person that you are pretending to be. And I feel like that's so sad if you fall in love, and they're not falling in love with you, they're falling in love with the person you pretend to be, and you can't actually be yourself around someone, because that's not real love.
Yeah. I am unapologetically myself around everybody. If you can find someone who you can just be 110% yourself, that's what's up.
Also, maybe you really like someone. Maybe there's something that you find really attractive and you think you'll get along great, but they don't actually like you for who you are. Like, if you make a funny comment like that, like you're trying to make a joke and they say, "You weirdo, please get away," that's not the person for you.
No, man.
And if that person doesn't like you for being yourself, they're not worth it. You deserve someone. Everyone on this earth deserves someone that loves them for who they are. And you can genuinely be yourself around. There is your crush, love, romance advice from someone who is terrified of relationships and someone who's been in a relationship for a year now.
Woo woo!
Woo woo!
Woo woo!
And on that note, I love my 12 people that watch me so much. I love you all so much. Hopefully I see you all next Monday. Or I'll have finals and I won't post.
Type.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows?
We'll see.
All right. Alua Akbar.
Bye!
Toodaloo.